Hello, I'm Frédéric Plissonneau from Interdigital. Here we are showing on the 4 screens HD, HDR and UHD HDR. The idea is that if you want to go for HDR, it's really not necessary to have the UHD format, because already having HDR content over HD is a much better experience for your customer. And really, if you can notice a difference between the 2 screens, it's quite difficult unless you are an expert. Then, if you want to have a simple solution to do a delivery of HD, HDR plus SDR at the same time, you have really 2 solutions. Either you do dual production, so at the same time HD, HDR and SDR, meaning that costs a lot and costs time, or you rely on a single master workflow, in which you play with your HDR, you create the best content you want, and you rely on the technology like static or dynamic tone mapping to go from HDR to HDR. So on the bottom screen, you have on the left the static solution conversion. At the moment, it's a 3D LUTs from BBC, but it could be also an NBC LUT. And on the right, you have a dynamic solution, so advanced HDR by Technicolor solution, which, contrary to the static solution, adapts to the content on a frame-by-frame basis. The main advantage of this technology is that whatever the incoming content you have, it processes the best it can the HDR to keep the details and then keep also the contrast and everything, contrary to the static solution, which has some problems when the content has not been created to match the capability of the LUT. This is what we see here on the left, where all the details in the highlights are disappeared, as well as the contrast. I can show another example. Just this one also is very interesting because it's a shot where you see that it's quite difficult, in fact, for a static solution to keep the details in the screen, which is in the back of the shot, whereas it's very much more detailed on the screen where we have the dynamic solution. So, conclusion, if you want to have single master workflow with efficient let's say down conversion and without any need to compromise your HDR, use this dynamic solution.